Otakuans, real quick announcement before we begin our episode. So we have our special announcement. It is finally here. We are doing our first ever giveaway. Go ahead. We're doing our first ever giveaway. Stay tuned for that. The link will be down in the description below. Go to freeanimestuff.com so you can enter for a chance to win the prizes. The prizes will be listed here. Stick around for the end of the episode because we will also be giving a secret code. Secret code secret code for you to get more entries. Yeah, just don't tell them the secret. We're not going to put timestamps in the video either. Just put secret code in the timestamp.
Good on me.
But stick around to the end. We'll get a secret code so you can have more entries to win. Our giveaway does end on October 31st on Halloween. This is our first ever giveaway. We are doing it with our good buddy Experience Rick. So it's kind of a partnership going on. We're giving away some Funkos, some play mats, some cards. I mean, a lot of stuff. And we're really excited to give back to you guys, the community, those who've been supporting us, those who've been around since day one. So please check that out, freeanimestuff.com. Link will be down in the description below. Let's get into the episode. Otakuans.
What's up? What's up, family? He about to be on one again. I thought you was about to do a robot for a second. I was like, this nigga is not about to start doing a robot.
I should get my fishnet and my whistle out like Terry Crews.
Actually, I might pay to see that. Don't worry, I'll bring the baby over.
I'm gonna dress up like that for Halloween. No. Just on the streets with the.
I mean, you already bald. Just shave your beard, you be good. You're not doing that.
I'm gonna do
Be the beard.
I had a job interview the other day. They said you have to shave. I said, all right, I'll see y'all later.
All right, I'm looking on the next one then. What they wanted you to do to shave?
It was at the gun range at Palmetto State Armory, and because you have to wear respirators to go clean up the lead, like clean up all the brass, you can't have a full beard. You have to shave it down.
We've had this conversation. There are that you can get a full seal with a beard.
Yes.
Ask the seals. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm not even getting to that. Anyways, welcome to another episode, Otaku Octagon. All right. So today we are going to be getting into some something more on your side. You're gonna be doing a little bit more talking today than I am, which is crazy.
Yeah, no, we're about to get into something juicy.
Crazy. You're gonna be doing a little bit more talking to me, but that's okay. I need to rest my vocals anyways. I've been a little sick the past few days.
For doubt.
Yeah. Put L's in the chat. Put baseball caps in the chat.
Big caps.
Big caps in the chat.
We'll see.
But first, we're gonna get into our news of the week. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. All right, let's go. All right, so speaking of what we're getting into today, the One Piece fan letter review got a 9.8 rating out of 10. It is the second highest rated anime of I think it's this week. Yeah, this week, and that's
an accomplishment. Like, did you see the top 3? Like, it's up there. Like, I'm fucking with it.
Frieren was still up there. It was still number 1. I was like, God.
So
it ain't even of the week then.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking it's all time, possibly. Or maybe of this year.
I haven't finished it, but I watched. So you remember like a month ago when I told you I'd rewatch it, I'd start from the beginning, and then I got like really, really sick. So I was watching it in bed, and so I'd like be falling asleep, waking up. So like I just kept getting pieces.
Yeah, you can't be laying down watching Frieren. It's some quiet parts.
Yeah, it'd be like the little flute in the wind, and like. You just be like,
and then passing out. Frieren be talking too softly. She'll put you to sleep. You can't do that.
She's like, hey. She's like, oh, Nisa. Be like, huh? Who the fuck? Who whispering in my ear right now? That's crazy.
That's your new waifu.
Yeah, just babe. Thank you. But yeah. So next we got Mappa, Period, and Toei are bidding rights for an adaptation called Kagagurabachi. So Kagagurabachi is a series that's about a young man who's looking to find these enchanted swords that were stolen from his father a long time ago. So some of the top 3 biggest anime studios or animation studios are right now fighting for the bidding rights to make that an anime adaptation. It's already going to get one, and they already said it's going to get one, but they're all fighting for it right now.
Yeah, man. I remember when this manga was like first announced. It was supposed to be like the next biggest manga, the next biggest
Mm-hmm.
thing in Shonen Jump, and like it had the highest ratings out of all the manga. Honestly, I thought it was cap. They've been saying that this was the best thing since sliced bread.
Really?
I've honestly thought it was cap. I've been telling, like I've
Have
told
you
some of
read it?
our friends. No, I've been
Have you read
saying,
it?
oh, I'm gonna read it. But honestly, the reason why I haven't read it is because like we know anime weebs, like we know how they get, and they hype things up just to be trolling folks. And
Yeah.
honestly, I was like,
I
I
mean,
feel like I'm being trolled right now. I look at the, like, you see that, like the
right.
cover art for it, like it doesn't look that great.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe I was just being trolled, but the fact that now it's about to be adapted, it's only been like a year, maybe 2 years
And
since it
three
started.
and three of the top
And
companies are fighting for
exactly.
it.
So maybe I'm bullshit. Maybe I
Yeah,
need to go ahead and
you
read
won't.
it because
You smoking that
honestly,
stuff.
honestly, I thought they were capping. But
Hey,
we gonna see.
we're gonna see. All right. So next, this one I'm kind of excited about. I haven't watched the new show on Netflix yet, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to probably start it tonight. But the Gundam franchise plans for major works annually from 2025 to 2029. So
Lit.
annually they will be dropping something, is what
Every
they're
year.
planning
Okay.
on. So there is a new Gundam show out on Netflix right now.
Mm,
I do not like the animation, but I've heard
agreed.
I heard that it is good because I know somebody else who is a big Gundam fan, and they
Mm,
said besides that, because they're a big Gundam fan, but not a big anime fan. So
mm,
the animation doesn't bother them because they haven't seen Peak yet.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? So like they've never seen Peak,
I
so they don't
mean, it's
understand what
not
they're
even
missing.
mid. Like I
You know?
saw it on, it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure.
Yep,
So I
yep.
saw it on Netflix, like, and I was like, "Ooh, Gundam," and then I like kind of saw a little bit of it, and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, no."
It's that like it's like that action
It's like they're
figure
trying to make it too
3D
real. It's like that
3D, yeah,
realism. I don't like
realism
that. Just
anime shit. Yeah,
it just make it cartoons. Make it the
just
cartoons.
make it
I
cool.
don't want it to look real. Don't make it look
Yeah,
real.
I don't need all that. But the Gundams look actually cool,
Mm. You know what else
realistically.
looks really good? But no, I'm gonna watch it eventually. You know, I always say, well, not always, but I recently said I'm gonna start giving Gundam a chance, even though I hated the whole mobile suit, mechanical robots. What's it called? Mech anime. I hated the whole mech
Yeah,
anime. But
yeah,
eventually, I'll get over the animation and I'll press play
yeah.
and work.
I've heard from the Gundam community, the
Mm,
Gundam High Table, that it is a decent storyline.
mm,
So we will see. But I wasn't given any insight onto what stage this is in. If it's either a standalone or before or after the Calamity War or during
mm.
the Calamity War, I have no idea.
Yeah, you were mentioning that.
So I'm excited to see what they have planned every year till 2029 because we will be just getting out of Demon Slayer by that time. So
Yo,
yeah,
you and these Demon Slayer.
just look.
you don't
All right.
you don't like waiting and patient
I don't.
ass.
I just no, I don't. All right. So the Goblin Slayer author
Mm,
Kaguyas, uh, Blade and Bastard light novel will be getting an anime.
mm.
So I saw the cover art. I saw the light novel cover art. It looks dope. I'm not a big light. You know, I'm not a light novel reader. I don't read. I can see, but I can't read. You know, so
Mm.
it's.
I
I'm
mean,
excited.
I
It's
like
Goblin Slayer.
I like
You know what I'm saying?
reading. I like Goblin Slayer. I haven't heard of this light novel before, so I guess I'm gonna watch the first season. If it's good, then I might start collecting the light novel. We'll see.
So maybe a kid without a mom and Blade from Marvel. Who knows?
What?
Bastard and
is that
Blade. I don't know.
is that what it's about?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Blade with
Bastard
his
with
kid.
blades.
With his kid son. I don't know. I don't know. All right. The Transformers toy line. So if you're a big Transformers fan,
Mm.
the Transformers toy line is doing a crossover with Naruto and Monster Hunter. So I saw some images of the Transformers figures that it looks like a giant like KCM Kurama all yellowed out with like a Rasengan, but it was a Transformer.
Mm.
And there's the Monster Hunter one. I'm not a big Monster Hunter person, so but the Naruto one looked kind of cool. I'm not a big Transformers guy either. So like, I think my favorite Transformers is probably the second one where it has the most military scenes in the movie because like I'm not a big Transformers person. I never really have been.
I mean, I was when
But
I
it,
was a kid. I mean, I had the toys
yeah,
and I saw the
yeah.
cartoons, but
Moving on.
I didn't
Moving on.
realize.
All right. So Secret Lab, if you've ever heard of Secret Lab is a company that makes a lot of gaming products like chairs,
Okay,
tables,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. They are teaming up with Dragon Ball to create a new gaming chair, and I saw the concept art for it, or the actual chair, the one that they made, and it looks dope. It has like
Dibs,
orange, like suede and stuff.
dibs,
Looks pretty cool. You saw what?
dibs. I mean,
Take
dibs.
it. You got it.
You
You got
said
it.
it looks good. All right, we gotta check it out then. You said
Yeah, you got
Secret
it.
Labs. Secret Labs. Their chair is kind of expensive. And
Yeah.
this is a collab with
Yes.
Dragon Ball.
Bro, the shit had suede on the back with a Dragon Ball in the center.
So it's gonna be four
It's
fifty.
gonna be like $2,000,
Oh
something like
no,
that.
never mind.
I don't know. I don't know.
You
I don't know.
want to
You
go?
look it up.
You want to go half and half on?
Yeah, well, you ship it to me for a month, and then I'll ship it back to you for a
I
month,
was
and
just
then
gonna ship you the bottom. I was just gonna
yeah,
take it
yeah,
back
yeah.
and
I'll take the.
connect it on. My...
I'll sit on the pole. That wait, pause. No. All right, last on the docket. Last on the docket. So, Universal Studios Hollywood Springs. Unfortunately, when I saw this news, I thought they said Orlando, and I was like, I'm going, and I was going to invite you, but I'm not going to fucking California for this. Universal Studios Hollywood, their Spring Fan Fest night in 2025 will have a JJK, a Jujutsu Kaisen, and a One Piece experience. They haven't said what the experience will be, but it said One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen are coming to Universal Studios for their Fan Fest night. And it happens. It's on the after hours, so the after party or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
But they will have. So if you're near or around the California Hollywood Hills area, you like One Piece or JJK, go to their Fan Fest in spring 2025.
I would
So
honestly say that, obviously, my opinion, that
mhm.
One Piece is more popular on the West Coast than it is on the East Coast, and it's
Really,
probably because I don't know if you've ever like looked into it, but One Piece is the most popular anime in Japan. But
yes,
around the world, it would be Naruto.
right,
But
yeah.
now look at the U.S. What's closer to Japan? Like the next
Well,
direct,
what gets the most imports from them?
it would
Yes,
be the West
yeah,
Coast. While the East Coast, we're just influenced by everything, Europe,
yeah.
Africa, anything that's going on in that direction. Obviously, we get anime in general, but look at the West Coast. You have the more of a bigger Asian population.
Yeah.
I think the West Coast are just more locked in when it comes to One Piece because of how close it is
I
to
heard there's some
Japan.
stores there. Like in California,
Yeah,
there's some stores there.
yeah.
And I was even surprised because when I went to Orlando the first time, and not like the first time in general, but just like to looking for anime stores, I didn't really find a lot. And then this last time I went, they were everywhere. And I'm like, I can only imagine. Then I looked it up, some of the anime shops like around Hollywood area,
Yeah,
and I was like, damn, like I don't like California,
bro,
but
it's
I need to go check that
heavily
out.
influenced by like the anime culture, the weeb otaku culture
Oh
over on
yeah,
the West Coast is heavily influenced. I'm telling you, it's just the proximity it is to Japan. I
that's
think
fair.
that's what it
Yeah.
is. So
Okay, I'll give you
we've
that.
already talked about One Piece a little bit, and we did mention last week in the news that we were going on a break. But with this break, we are still receiving One Piece content. Unfortunately, it's just not canon content from the manga. So,
Hmm.
what did we receive first? Last weekend, or the weekend that just passed, we received a filler episode, which honestly I think is the best filler episode that I have ever seen in One Piece history, and probably a lot of anime. I just haven't conceptualized
Absolute
it yet.
cinema. Absolute cinema.
Can you say is like I haven't conceptualized? Is it the best filler episode I've ever seen?
I would argue, and this is only because I'm biased, right? Only because I'm biased
Well,
towards
you
Naruto,
know I'm thinking
right?
Naruto. Naruto had some stories.
So my favorite filler, which is kind of a comedy one, which this was kind of funny too, but this was more emotional. So I'm honestly struggling right now because I had the same thought between the one where Rock Lee and Guy had to fight the Nine Tails themselves versus this one. And I'm like, because that one was an episode. That was a whole episode. And I was like, fuck. But it wasn't emotional.
Yeah,
It
that's
was like,
I'm not even putting out. That's not
it
even
was For me, that was
No,
one
of
of my
course, of
favorite
course.
because of the fights. Because but the thing was, it was more stupid, and then it got serious. So Sakura, if
Mm.
you don't remember, Sakura punched Naruto so hard in the face that his chakra leaked out in his blood and created a four or three tails, right? And then it started fucking the village up. And so
Yeah.
Guy Sensei and Rock Lee had to go into the gates to fight this thing on the water.
Mm.
One of the most beautiful fights that should have been
Oh yeah,
canon, one hundred
it was
percent.
definitely up there.
Like
Definitely up there.
that was a fucking fight, and I was like,
No,
damn,
the
that
only
was
reason
crazy.
why I don't keep it as like one of my favorite Naruto fillers, while it's definitely, if I just wanted to watch something like a one off something, I would definitely watch that.
Yeah,
Reason why I don't put it as like the top is because Naruto also mastered some of them, not all, not even most.
yeah.
Some a very small number of their filler episodes covered stories that
Oh
didn't
yeah, of other
exist.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sure like they exist somewhere, but it was still considered a filler episode.
yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
once again, bringing ourselves back into One Piece. Did you know that this? One second. I want to just pull up my notes. Did you know that this One Piece episode is actually based on a novel in Japan? It hasn't been adapted into English yet, but it's actually called the novel One Piece novel Straw Hat Pirates. And this novel actually covers multiple stories of the Straw Hat Pirates, of course, at that time,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because at that time they were transitioning from the pre-time
yeah,
time skip moving into the post time
yeah.
skip. So this episode, as you can probably already tell, we're going to deep dive into how great that episode was because honestly, like Maui could even admit, it was absolute cinema. So,
Cinema. I just look, and I got fresh eyes because I just finished it like 20 minutes ago. So I absolute cinema.
but
This
no,
shit was great.
I think it's the reasons why it was so great is not just because it was just a good story. Like while it was a good story. It's also because we got to see old school One Piece, but with a fresh
Mhm.
animation. The way that they
Yep.
introduced the episode, bringing us into the Marine War, seeing all of those classic characters, seeing some of those classic fights, and what was going on reanimated in that 2024 animation, I was honestly, I was just amazed. And it
Yeah.
is not just because there's a lot of great animators when it comes to One Piece. There's a lot of plenty of episodes, but there's a specific animator that they decided to use for this one, and her name is Megami Ishitani. Megami Ishitani is responsible for some of the most beautiful episodes in the One Piece anime. When there's a community of people who read One Piece who absolutely refuse to watch the anime for good reason. They don't want to deal with the pacing issues. But whenever there's an announcement in Twitter, whoever is control of the One Piece
Yeah.
page on the Twitter, they make an actual announcement on Twitter that she is going to be producing or directing this episode. Everyone flocks to it. And honestly, you saw it yourself. It's not just great animation,
Oh
but
yeah.
how the animation flows, how the animation
Mm-hmm.
flows to the next, how they don't
Absolutely.
have to just stick to one type of animation the whole episode. They can transition depending on the vibe or the mood of the
Yep.
setting. This is a battle setting, everything is hectic. Like going back to the beginning of the episode, everything is hectic, bombs, explosion, lasers going off. We didn't have that steady animation. Like, and they could have definitely done with that steady animation, but we had that
Yeah.
more fluid animation where people are moving as fast as they can, people are slipping, falling, the animation is hectic, just to show you how hectic that scene in that moment
Yeah.
was for the people who are living in it. You know
It's
what I
it's
mean?
yeah. It's like it gives you a sense of emotion like tied to the animation itself because it's kind of like it gives me the vibes of remember Saving Private Ryan where like they're getting fucked up on the beach
Mm-hmm.
and they're just like people are just dying and they just can't move and they're just like come on give us a break let us get off the beat like it's just so emotional and heartbreaking because they're like we just need a chance just give us a chance and you're seeing this happen in the eyes of the soldiers of Marine Ford where
Exactly.
they don't know like they're just like oh big explosion let me run this way then they just
Mm-hmm.
see this laser shoot and they're just like what the fuck is that like they because they're around so many powerhouses
Mm-hmm.
and so many like they're just like fuck like give me a chance like let me leave please like I don't want to this is hell I don't want to be here and then you see the one scene where the dude sees his boy just like dead on the ground. It's like best friends, like me and you, like you're just laid out bloody on the ground. He's just sitting under the pillar, like I'm not gonna move. Like
Mm.
uh, I'm color code black. Remember that? Like he just can't. It gives you a real good depiction of war in the eyes of somebody who's just following orders,
Hmm.
who's just there, has nothing to do with this, just was sent here on a deployment. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Just
just
send on
it's just
deployment. And
it's just flashes of
usually
power.
we always see these shows, like every show, every anime we watch, we're always watching anime from the main character's perspective, or at least
Yeah,
one of the main characters, or
yeah,
the high supporting characters. We're
a
usually seeing
powerhouse.
what's
Yeah,
going on from their perspective. But like you said, we're getting to see pretty much this whole episode is from the perspective of the little guy, the
yeah.
GP, the Marine, the
Civilians and soldiers.
soldiers.
Yeah,
Like, we never see that.
yeah,
And the fact
yeah.
that we were able to see that, and it's still probably one of the best episodes, is
Oh yeah,
great. Because first off, we got our soldiers, the two brothers. This
yep.
first story in the anime, the two brothers, the two Marine brothers, is actually, again, from the adaptation, is a Luffy story, and it's supposed to highlight how these two guys, obviously the elder brother, he's always seemed to be like picked on kind of by
Yeah,
his little brother.
lacking behind and
So
stuff. Yeah,
he, at the like kind of at the beginning, he says, "I hate my brother," or
yeah.
I don't like my brother. I don't think I don't.
I
Yeah,
don't
he
like.
didn't
He
say
says
hate him.
I don't like
I
my
don't like
brother.
my brother, and he keeps saying I don't like my brother. But Luffy, seeing Luffy rush into battle against the fucking Marines, against the
Yeah,
admirals, against
oh yeah,
the head admiral of the Marines, he rushed into the battle to save Ace. He inspires the elder brother in that moment.
yeah.
Just in that moment, he inspires him to do the right thing and go back to
Yeah,
save
I
his
mean,
brother.
he hears him yell because he's my brother,
Hmm.
and he's just like, and he stops because he's running, and then right as he's running away, his younger brother's like, run away, and he just like nuts up, punches his legs, and he just takes right off to the bullshit to go
Exactly.
save him, which is just, I mean, it just the emotion it captivates from you, and like only imagining because like you were saying about how we usually get the story from the main characters or the powerhouse's point of view. Yeah, there's times we see the Marines get fucked up, right? Like we'll see a group of them go like they'll just be like they'll just be exploding in the background or whatever.
Hmm.
But like to actually get a cameraman in there, right, and see like just like giant blocks and pillars of ice and rock and bullshit just exploding around them, and they're just getting tossed this way and tossed that way and tossed this way, and they just don't know what the fuck is going on. And then these two guys who are even realistically like, yeah, they're probably like they're not captain level, but they're higher up than the average Marine. You know, even if the younger brother's a little bit higher than the older brother, you know, they're still getting tossed around like fodder.
Hmm.
And it's like, can we even call them fodder anymore? Like these motherfuckers, they're human beings. Like
Bro,
these people have,
I'm not calling them fodder anymore. It's
they
just
want
it's
to go
not fair to
home.
them.
They
I
have
don't want to
families.
be here.
I want to go home. I want to eat dinner with my wife
Oh
and my
my
kids and go to
god.
bed.
But
Like I
no,
don't.
that no, that shit was it was beautiful. Honestly, I can go on and on about it, but that was only like the first what, maybe 3 minutes
Yeah,
of the show. After that, there was actually a time skip. I didn't even realize it was a time skip until we started like
me neither.
listening to what was going
Yeah,
on. I
it
think
confused me till the end.
to the end.
So yes, so
Dang.
like, well, I mean, it only confused me to
No, no,
the end
I got you.
because when I started realizing that when they were in the bar and they
Mm-hmm.
were talking about who the best Straw Hat was,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw like Zoro was doing this, so and then when they were like Soul King's last concert, and I was like, wait a second, and I was like, so this is Marine Four Wars before the time skip because it's like that's right before the time
Yeah.
skip, and then when he was like, that day is when Straw Hat Luffy saved my life.
Mm.
And then I realized when they were like, and then I really clicked when they were like, they're going to Port 42 and
Yeah.
they're all going to meet at Port
I think
42. And I
that's
was like,
where it really
oh,
clicked for me
this
as
is
well
when they're
too.
all coming back together. This is when they're all coming back together to meet for the first time after
Mm.
they've been away for so long. Cause they're like, nobody knows where Luffy is. Rayleigh's here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, so cause they showed the bar before, like right after the whole Marineford War, they showed the bar. Then
Mm.
they went back to Marineford War. Then they went to the bar. Then they went back to Marineford War, and then they ended at the bar and them running from the bar to
Mm.
go find the Straw Hat. So I was like, oh. Okay, makes sense.
I actually first got the idea that it was a time skip. It wasn't confirmed until obviously a little later in the episode. But we moved transition to the next story. So the next story of the novel is actually going to be Nami's story, where we get introduced to the little girl Hikimori or
Yeah,
Hikiko Mori. I can't remember her name
she
exactly.
looked just like
I thought
Nami.
she was Nami. When I
She
saw the
literally
preview for it, I
looked
was like,
just like
"Oh, are
Nami.
we about to get a backstory of Nami? That's fucking
Yeah,
awesome." But when I realized that this is a different little girl, I was like, "Okay, let's find out about it." But with this story, it focuses on how she was kind of an awkward little girl, a little self conscious, and because of how she powerless she felt in
yeah.
this world. But
Hmm.
then she saw Nami. Lo and behold,
Hmm.
she saw Nami's sexy ass. Yes, I said what I said. And she saw her poster and she said,
She's an adult.
I want to be her. I want to be
Yep,
just like her. I want to dress like her. I want to feel powerful like
yep.
her. And that's honestly, I'm just not going to keep going back and forth because this anime episode kind of does go back and forth a little bit. But
It does.
this
Yeah,
is the whole episode is a focus on her going
pretty much.
from
Yeah,
hey, and this is how I first got the impression. Hey, I figured out, which I thought was a genius. She figured out Luffy's message to the Straw Hat crew, and she had already determined, like, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is where it's going to happen. This is when it's
right.
going to happen. I'm about to go make this happen. Then we got the funny
Hmm.
little thing where her trying to go back and forth with her auntie grandma. I don't know exactly who it
Yeah,
was, but then she
probably her
skedaddled the
grandma.
fuck out of there. That it,
Yeah.
it was funny. It was a lot of funny
Said
parts of this
she said,
episode.
"Grandma, I ain't got time for your bullshit right now.
Like,
I'm trying to get a letter to
we
one of the most notorious pirate crews on the planet. Fuck out of my way."
bro, and you see how notorious these niggas are from this episode. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying it. I fucking love
I think
it.
one of not trying to jump back, but I think one of the coldest scenes, if somebody could clip it and make it like monitor background,
Mm.
is when we're looking from the older brother's eyes, and he looks and he sees Luffy and Ace like right below him
Oh yeah,
in the fire,
yeah, I
like
like that
Luffy's
one.
like legs spread out like this, and they're laughing, and Ace is like firing his way, and they're right
Hmm.
under each other, slow mo. I'm like,
No, did you see the one angle? I thought you were gonna mention this one. The
ooh,
angle where he looks up and Mihawk just standing there with his eyes glowing. Like what the
that was kind of
fuck?
dope.
Like
Yeah,
how can you say we work with these niggas? Like I
and,
understand why
and then
they
like
spoiler abolished the warlord system. I don't want to work with these niggas.
crocodiles, they're back to back, just bleeding out. Crocodiles coming this way, Mihawks coming this way, and they're just like,
They're
fuck.
our
And
teammates.
then they just get blown the opposite direction, and then they're like, oh, fuck. I'm like, God damn. Like, what do you mean he's on our team? Why is he
Exactly.
the
Like
captain? Why is he in charge? He shouldn't be.
and
Which is one of the reasons why my favorite admiral, I can't believe I forgot his name already. My favorite admiral,
like fire,
Gravity.
gravity, Fujitora.
Fujitoro. I was gonna say Fujigiro for some reason.
I
Fujitoro.
feel like Fujiguro somebody. Mm.
Fujiguro something. Fujiguro is somebody.
But no,
Anyways,
the impact
Fujitoro,
that they have.
he's trying to get rid of their whole system with that. That's the reason, for obvious fucking
So what
reasons.
the warlord system?
He's trying to get rid he's
Yeah.
trying to get rid of the warlord system. So,
Exactly.
obviously.
No, because they're a problem. They're a problem. Like
They are a
what you're
whole
saying is
problem.
literally leading to what I'm saying. What I'm about to say. The the difference between pirates and marines, like obviously there are strengths on both sides, but
Yeah.
the biggest difference is pirates don't have to give a fuck. Pirates can
Yeah.
go all out. They can destroy their environment. They can destroy everything. Marines, they
But
have to
you
care on some level.
not to go in like a rabbit hole here. But also the biggest problem, which I think what Fujitoro sees, is that there's such a gap between the little guy and the admirals
Mm-hmm.
between pirates. Because you can have a pirate crew where everybody has a devil fruit, which is what Blackbeard's trying to do, right? You can have Whitebeard has multiple guys with devil fruits, multiple powerhouses. But if you think about it, in the Marines, there's really only a handful. There's the admirals, the captains, and maybe a couple lieutenants. There's
Mm-hmm.
not really a lot. So you put up all this fodder against them, against all the pirates. All these pirates have all these devil fruits, and so then they enlist these warlords. But these warlords don't hold the same modicum of respect for their men that the admirals do, which admirals don't really care. They piss on the little guy too, but there's such a big gap between these admirals
Yeah.
and between the little guy. And that's the biggest problem is like because you like you said there's a chain of command, so not everybody's gonna get a devil fruit. I
Mm-hmm.
get like you find a devil fruit, you got to turn that bitch in. You can't just eat it, or else you become a traitor. But guess what? In the pirate world,
Pirates, they don't gotta
like
listen. They do whatever the fuck they want.
most of your captains will be like, you find a devil fruit, that's fucking yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I don't fucking care. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They don't have rules like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just the problem with the Marines is there's such a gap. Like the little guy can't get a devil fruit. There's no way that private first class
Yeah, it's
that
really not fair for regular Marines when you got
yeah.
pirates running around.
And then we get an episode like that where these niggas is getting fucked up and like literally crying, like
Mm-hmm.
going color code black because they don't get the power system that these admirals have. So it's like
It's just regular guys, regular guys.
regular niggas.
But no, no. Going back to our girl Hiki. Obviously, again, the story or this episode is a focus on her kind of transitioning from point A all the way to point Z, and point Z is essentially delivering her fan letter, the fan letter, One Piece fan letter, delivering that
Yeah.
fan letter to Nami. This Nami is the person she idolizes. She wants to
Yeah.
deliver the fan letter, and we transition from her obviously at home, going through all the different battles, meeting, seeing the soldiers fighting the pirates, seeing the
Man, one
fake
dude
straw
was a
hat
dick.
pirates, seeing dickhead fucking soldiers,
Dude.
getting to where she needs to be to deliver that letter. Not gonna ruin that the ending is yet, but that is the overall story. Now, while that is going on, of course, we do have the story of Zoro, which is probably another one of the funniest parts of the episode because we get to see that the One Piece world is just like our world. Just like in our world, we got our power scalers, we got our agenda piece of people. They exist in the One Piece world. We get to see Zoro undercover, which I find very funny because again, this is an
Yeah.
adaptation of the novel. In the novel, the scene with Zoro undercover in the bar is actually supposed to happen after the Doflamingo fight. So after they beat Doflamingo, still on Dressrosa, he's sitting in a bar with his cloak over here listening to these conversations. So I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty funny that they decided to just add it to the
Yeah.
episode. That's it's cool though. It's
Yeah.
perfectly
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we get to listen to not just pirates, not just soldiers, but
Everybody.
civilians, regular
Yeah.
people talking about these monsters. And they are monsters in their
Yeah.
world. Talking about who's the strongest, who's really the
Who's the
best.
best? Who's the best swordsman? Who do you think's the best swordsman?
It's clearly Sanji. And if you don't
And this
believe it,
du-
you're going
this
to get
dude,
bonked.
this dude was sitting here like, "Pff, these niggas don't know shit. Obviously Zoro, my nigga. Pff." And then Sanji comes up. What about Blackleg? From the back.
About
What
that
about
nigga
Black?
Black Leg.
What about that nigga Blackleg? All said.
No, somebody said what I could do the strongest swordsman. He's not even a swordsman. Like these are legit conversations that I fucking
We
read
have these
scrolling through
online.
Facebook all the fucking
We
time.
have these conversations
It's
online.
it's literally like Odo was sitting here listening to scrolling through Facebook, watching YouTube videos, scrumming through the Discord, listening to the exact conversation that we're having. Put those shits in the episode, and that's why we thought that shit was amazing because it made it more real.
I'd have hopped in there and been like, "What about Sasuke? What about is Sasuke? What about Sasuke?
Yo, get this nigga out. We're done with
who
it.
who the fuck is Sasuke? Y'all don't know who Sasuke? Cut the TV on. Cut the TV on, Bart. Let
we don't
me
have
show you.
we don't got
Let me
those
show you.
channels around here.
Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all peak anime right here.
No, fuck you.
They got some. That shit. That bar scene was fucking. That shit was hilarious.
It
That
was
shit
just
was
comedy.
absolute
We got to
peak
talk about
comedy.
who obviously in their world, like we in our world, we listen to Oda. Oda says Mihawk's the number one swordsman. We say, aye sir. But what about
Hmm.
Zoro? In their world, they're like, fuck the narrator. We think he's the best swordsman. Like the same people.
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy who fought Mihawk during the Marineford War. The dude with the mustache. I can't think of his fucking name. Real quick. Whatever. They mentioned him in a bar. Like, what about
Mm.
him? He's a great swordsman. He literally clashed with Zoro. Not with Zoro, but with Mihawk. And people
Yeah.
say like he clashed with Mihawk, and Mihawk was like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to see about you later." Is he in the
Yep.
running? Like, why don't we
You
ever talk
recognize
about
him.
that? Maybe we need to go back. Like, maybe Oda needs to like just an episode or two, just focus on the running of Greatest
Man,
Swordsman, because I feel like we don't talk about it enough.
who the fuck was that? I forgot what his name was.
Viscount?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's something. He's a commander.
Well,
He's an actual important
it's, it's funny.
character.
This nigga was like, "Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?" To the older brother, he's like, "Who's your favorite?" His favorite's probably Zoro, and his younger brother's like, "His favorite's Straw Hat Luffy."
I mean, he's an inspiration.
He was like, he was like, "Oh, you like Straw Hat Luffy?" Stupid. I was like, "Oh, what?"
Yo, they was clowning and I said,
And then he was like, "He saved my brother's life. He allowed us to escape. Like,
mm.
he inspired me to be a better brother.
And
I
he
don't
keeps
like
it
my."
to himself too. He doesn't
Oh yeah,
say it out loud. He does. His
I'm gonna
brother
still
doesn't
do my
know.
job. I'm gonna
Hmm.
still do my job, but you know, this I still hate this nigga, but I love my brother. I mean, I still hate my brother, but you know, he's
Yeah.
still my brother. You know, like,
I
yeah,
mean, we've all felt this sometimes. Like, I don't like this guy, but hey, that's still my bro.
that's yeah, that
That's
nigga's
still
alright.
my little sister. That's all
That
good.
nigga's alright. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But no, speaking of who's your favorite, who's your favorite pirate? We got to talk about our captain and his infatuation with Chopper.
this nigga, he
The
down bad for
best.
Chopper. Down bad for Chopper. I was so shocked. I was like, nigga, what?
They're outside talking about like we need to capture the pirates and they're going to use a weapon. So this is like a small plot point in the show.
Yeah,
There's apparently a weapon that never gets used, but there's a
no.
weapon and they're going to use the weapon to destroy the Straw Hat Street the ship before
It
it
melts,
escapes.
yeah. Melts all ships
Yeah.
and coatings and all that shit,
So
yeah.
he's the captain. He's going to be the one in charge of this whole this mission. So he's like listening to his officer. He's like, yeah, we're going to take care of this. But as soon as he's like alone, no one's listening. He's like, Chopper, why did it have to be your ship?
Chopper's not on board. He starts crying
It
and
had,
he looks back at the camera like,
he got the eyes and everything.
Chopper.
In his drawer, he got the Chopper wanted
Yeah,
poster.
Chopper's so
Somebody was
cute. I was
saying
like,
that
nigga.
the reason why Chopper's bounty is so low is because he's in the background making sure they keep the bounty low, so that they don't go after Chopper. Like nobody's gonna do anything for 5,000 berries. They're not gonna kill him over 5,000 berries. That's dangerous. Who's gonna kill a Yonko crewmate over 5,000 berries? It's him. He's making sure that shit stays.
That's funny. That reminds me of when they were like, oh, when he was like, what about Blackleg? And they were like, his bounty's lower than Zoro's.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
He
That's
was like,
hey, his
man,
bounty's lower.
he's like, oh man, fuck these niggas.
Hey,
Fuck
somebody
these
else
niggas.
got a higher bounty too, but we're not gonna talk about it yet.
That nigga was down bad for Chopper. We
Yo,
should. I was like, nah, I'm leaving. I'm out. This
that's
nigga.
Chopper's story too. Like somebody had to be. Everybody gotta have a fan. Like in this novel, they obviously have multiple stories of many of the Straw Hats. Obviously, in this anime, 23 minutes of runtime, everybody can't get a showing. But in this story,
Yeah,
Usopp gets a showing, Sanji gets a showing, Chopper, Robin, everybody gets a showing. But in the
yeah.
episode, obviously, Chopper's the number one Straw Hat, right? So we got to give him his 5-10 minutes.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that the girl didn't recognize Usopp, but he obviously changed his appearance. Like
Yeah,
Usopp
yeah, he's
changed,
different.
but she had all the posters up there, and when he picked her letter up and was like, oh, or picked her shit up and was like, oh, hey, here you go, you know, this and that, blah blah blah. She looked right at him, and I'm like,
You got to remember, at the time, Usopp doesn't exist. It's still God. It's still God Usopp, or not God Usopp. It's
Soga King,
Soga King.
Soga King.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
he
right, Soga King's
he's
on the poster.
yeah exactly. so
Yeah, that makes
so he's
sense.
not noticed. He's not noticed. But then he becomes God Usopp. So
I
it's
just
all good.
remember. What was I watching? Was it Bartolomeo from fucking Dressrosa?
Mm.
The only nigga to recognize him, where he was just like he was looking at Usopp, and then it showed like the mask go beep, like it like blinked on his face,
Yeah,
and he was like, "That's fucking Soga King." He was looking around. He's like, "Nope, nobody. That's fucking Soga King, right?" Everybody's like, "What are you talking about? That's Usopp. Come on, let's keep moving." And he's like, y'all, y'all seeing that, right? And I was like,
everybody see what I'm saying, right?
how is this the only nigga in 700 episodes?
Because people got long noses in the shows. The long nose tribe. Like they exist. Kaku
Like, dude,
exists. Like every
I
time Luffy
swear.
sees Kaku, Usopp? Like no, nigga, that's Kaku. You can see
Bro,
a long nose.
that just reminded me of that. I was like, that's oh man, that's stupid. I'm done.
But
I
no,
am
even
done.
again, he's like the commander, the captain. He's the one in charge of the mission. So again, we get to see him in the ending where once again we get to see our girl Kiko, where she's trying to deliver the letter to Nami. She does a little weave slide through his legs and manages to zip around him to. She doesn't get to her mission, but again, we'll get there.
That's the
But
point.
they,
Yeah.
they they still present him again, so he has a plot line in the story. He's the one who's in charge of
Mm.
that mission. Now,
That nigga was trying to stop the whole mission. He said,
no, I didn't
"Y'all
even notice. Like I watched this. Hey, I watched this episode like 5 times. I'm not even gonna lie to
okay,
you. But I didn't even notice the first time. But that big like slam on the ship, that was him landing on the ship.
yes,
I thought that was
yeah."
like Luffy. I like for some reason I thought Luffy landed on the ship
No,
for
he
a
was
minute.
trying to stop the
Yeah,
mission. He
that
was
shit
trying
is
to
crazy.
stop it. He said, I'm not doing this.
it's
You're
a
not doing this
it's a
to my
little
chopper
girl.
coon. My chopper coon. You're not doing
Exactly.
this."
Shouldn't you like help her then? Like don't catch her. Maybe he
He
let her
did.
go.
No, he did. Like, if you didn't notice, when he jumped on the ship, he jumped between. So she was right here going to the mast, and he was jumped right here.
Yeah.
And then they kind of snaked under him and around him. He was in between them. He was trying to stop them
Oh no
from
no no no!
getting her.
When he dropped, she was on this side, and then she went in between his legs, and
Mm.
then he was in between them. So
Yeah. Well,
it would.
yeah.
I mean, I guess he's still a marine. You still got to
He
do your
ain't
job
stop.
at the end of the
He
day.
he ain't stop her though. He was like, "Oops, oops."
But while we're still trying to get to the Grove, obviously for the Straw Hat meetup, we do see a couple of minor stories. We do see a little bit of Frankie and Brooke story. Now, while in the novel it was separated, in the anime they decided to add those stories together.
Yeah, put it together.
Frankie's story was the whole fact that he was half naked on the magazine, so they called him doing his pose on the beach when he wasn't wearing his underwear. We
Super.
got to see Robin in the background like this idiot.
This nigga. Yeah.
like, like Robin is, and which is crazy. Like Robin, don't you remember? You don't,
Baby girl.
you don't
Yeah,
remember
baby
that?
girl.
Like you was a
Ba-
part of that. You was straw
baby
hat.
girl, stop.
You in there?
You're down.
You been all up in it. Stop playing.
You're down bad too. Chill out.
But no, they mixed that story a little bit also with Brooke's story. So the shop, the magazine shop,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the magazine was, the shopkeeper or the person who was sitting at the
yeah.
register, she
She's
was a
reading Soul
huge
magazine.
Brooke fan. So like if you look
Yep.
behind her, you can see all of his posters up on the wall, like multiple different types of posters too, not just that one
Oh yeah.
poster. But then we get to see the kids come in saying, "Hey, like Brooks having his final concert on the Grove." Like that's a throwback to the that episode. Like it was
Yeah.
like, oh shoot, I remember in that episode, like it was just music in the background the whole episode because Brooke was
Yeah.
playing music,
He was playing. Yeah.
his the send off music. Like, hey, we're heroes. Like you see, like the regular people singing his music,
Mhm.
talking about how the Straw Hats are heroes. Brooke is he
They were
is the
singing
chess
in the
player.
streets. They were marching in the streets
He's the
singing his songs.
he's the one moving the pieces at this point. It's not Luffy. He is the conductor of this band
He is,
because when it comes to the straw, like when I like just thinking about it, put it in perspective. When it comes to their notoriety, like he talks about them in all his music. He's obviously probably one of the biggest rock band artists in the One Piece world. He talks about how they're actually heroes. They're not bad
oh yeah.
people. Like yes, we're pirates, but we're heroes. We save islands. Like if you listen to his lyrics, he big
Yeah.
ups the. Okay, he did punch through a few islands, but hey, collateral damage. I'm a pirate.
Hey, I
It
know
is what it
half of your
is.
population died, but we're gonna party and eat all your winter preserves, and
And
then
we're
we're gonna
going to
leave.
save you. Don't
And we're
forget the
gonna leave.
save part.
Yeah,
I'm saving
you,
you. Let me
but you have
save
no
you.
food. But I'm eating all of your winter
Okay,
preserves.
you
So
didn't
see
have
you
you
later.
didn't have food in the beginning. I brought more food to the table, and then I ate it. Then I ate the food at the table. But no,
This nigga
no.
destroys islands.
Brooks is actually he clutch when like the part he plays as a pirate, even though he's still a pretty
Oh yeah.
good pirate, but the part he plays as their musician and what he does for the crew, not just fighting, I think is pretty
He's
great
like
too.
he does what a bard is supposed to do. A bard is supposed to sing the songs of their knight, of the person
Oh,
that they are attached to. So bards. So you saw The Witcher, right?
yeah.
So The Witcher is what the
Throw a
bard
coin to a
was.
witcher.
Yeah, throw a coin to your Witcher. Yeah,
Mm.
like that was his bard. And what bards are supposed to do is they are supposed to sing the songs of their crews or of the heroes to pass on their story verbally through generations. So that song becomes a song
Makes
and a
sense.
catchy song so that parents will sing it to their kids, kings will sing it, kids will sing it to their kids, and so their legacy moves on, and that's exactly what Brooke is doing. He's making sure that their
Oh
legacy goes
fuck.
on in
You
music.
got me. Yeah, Bard. He's the Bard of the crew then. Hell, I didn't even
Yeah.
realize there was
I
a
mean,
name for it.
and he's still a fighter because bards don't fight.
Oh
Bards just
yeah,
sing
yeah,
songs
yeah,
after battles.
yeah. Brooke gets down. Like when it comes to swordsmanship, he's probably yeah. He's no. Sanji's pretty cold with a sword too.
What was that
He's
motherfucker?
probably third best on the crew when it comes to swordsmanship.
Motherfucker walked up. He's like, I got you, Brooke. And he was like, joke's on you. I've already moved. Ching. He's like, shh. Oh,
And Brooke has even more showing. I'm not even gonna ruin it,
you're
but
faster than
and
the cameraman.
and Wano, like he has even more showings. Like he
I
helps out
know
some of the
Wano's
guys.
the big sword arc. I can't wait for that one.
There are
I'm not.
people who would get
I
angry
am.
if you said that out loud because it's not.
I did say that out loud. Come fight me.
Because it's not. And
Come fight me.
people wanted it to be so bad. I'm not even going to get into a Wano
Yeah,
discussion, but
yeah. Don't do
people
that.
really, really wanted it to be a sword arc because it's the land of the samurai. This should be Zoro's arc,
Sword arc
and
online.
it wasn't Zoro's arc, so they're very upset about it. So
Oh, fuck them. Come fight me. All right. I
I
haven't
mean,
watched it yet. I'll watch it.
hey, who the captain of this crew? It's Luffy. I don't know what the fuck else you thought you were watching.
Yeah, right. Like,
What the fuck else you thought you were watching? You thought Zoro was going to kill Kaido? Stop it!
why
Stop
am I
it!
not getting a Sasuke arc? It's called Naruto. Shut up.
ZKK, bitch. Luffy kills Kaido. What are you thinking?
Like what? I don't. It's called. It's the One Piece, and Luffy is the captain.
Uh, all right, all right, all right. But no, no,
Whoa.
no. All that aside, this the anime finally ends with the girl getting to the ship. So somewhere in between, she meets up with one of the brothers, and she accidentally switches her letter with the key card to the weapon.
Yeah.
So towards the end, well, at the end, she managed to get onto a marine ship because again, the asshole he captures her before she's able to reach the Straw
He was an
Hats.
absolute dickhead, bro.
Yeah, he's a dick.
I
I
wanted to
really
fight
didn't.
him.
I didn't like his character.
That it was like they
You already
purposely
said the
made
same thing.
people.
Like I want to punch him.
I want to fight that nigga. Like when he body slammed her into the ground. When he was like, he looked at her shit on the ground. Was like, "You're
Yo,
steps in the way."
everybody was like, "Ooh!" Like, oh my word, was it that bad?
When he was talking, I was like, "Yo, shut up!
The
Like, who
air
are
got
you?"
knocked out of everybody in the
And
room.
what's even funnier is this nigga. He a pussy because his other crewmates were like, "Yeah, watch the girl because there's nothing else for a rich boy to do." I was like, "Oh, so you're getting bitched by your own crew too?"
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
that. And he
I
just
was
sat
like,
there. He just sat
he just
there.
sat there like a
Maybe
bitch,
did he let her go?
picking on a knife. No, because
How did she get free?
the civilians, the
Oh yeah,
girl
her
was coming to see
friends,
Brooks,
the book,
was coming to see
yeah, and
Brooks
they all
concert,
tackled him.
and
So
they tackled his
yeah,
ass.
they came up behind him, tackled him when he had slammed her into the ground, and she managed to get on the ship,
Yeah,
sleight of hand, but not sleight of hand, but she manages to get her letter, run to the front of the ship where she runs into the captain. Captain tries to catch her, but she runs in between his legs.
oops.
Oops. Run between her legs. Get to the front of the ship. Obviously, the Straw Hat
Oh,
ship isn't
sweet.
right there. It's like
Yeah, couple hundred
kilometers
feet. Yeah,
ahead of them, but she could clearly see their
yeah,
ship.
like 400 meters. Yeah,
Yeah, she got some pretty good eyesight because when she looks at the ship, her dreams come true because she's able to see Nami and Luffy setting. Yeah,
yeah,
she's big old titties, but she's able to see them, able to see them casting off on their adventure, on their way to Fishman Island. And
yeah,
even though she wasn't able to deliver her letter to him, she was able to use that letter, in her opinion and my opinion as well, to save the Straw Hat ship from
yeah,
being attacked by the weapon. Because even though she
yeah,
didn't steal the key card, she tricked the Marines to spend all their time chasing her, thinking she had the
yeah,
key card,
yeah.
to rip it, and then, hey, whole time it was my letter. Y'all look stupid, don't you? Look
Like
at you. Look at you.
uh,
You feel
she
stupid,
said,
don't you?
"I keep there's a weapon." Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey,
That's
that
crazy.
that was some
Wow.
Nami shit too. Like she learned
Yeah,
from the best. Like that was a Nami move. Like
yeah,
what? And then to hit him with the like
yeah.
that was some Nami shit. I like that.
Baka, Baka,
But
idiot.
to end it all off, I really like where the episode ends. Obviously, we
Mm,
get to see the Straw Hats leave Sabaody. on their way to
Yeah.
Island, but not next week because again a little bit more news. The Fishman Island arc which is the arc we're going to be going into. We're going to be going to essentially 5.5 months of a complete reanimation of the Fishman Island arc.
Hey,
Yes,
really?
yes. I I thought maybe you didn't know this either, so I'm here to tell you. For the 6 month break we have, during that break, we're going to have a full reanimation of the Fishman
You,
Island arc.
I mean, I don't have to ask, but like, you watching that?
So when I say a reanimation, it's not just a reanimation. Say if the Fishman Island arc had 45 episodes, this will only have 20 episodes. So it's going to be a
Uh,
reanimation. It's going to be a
cut
restorytelling,
out,
and
cut out all the bullshit.
best part is going to have a different ending. This has already been confirmed and announced, or announced and confirmed.
What was the
The
ending of
ending for
Fishman Island?
Fishman
I'm
Island
trying to
arc for
remember.
this reanimation, this readaptation, is going to have a slightly different ending than it had originally in the anime. So,
I'm trying to remember what the ending. That's when they were up in the sky, right?
no, 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 in the water.
No, 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 no. I meant like something. I'm trying to remember the ending of Fishman Island.
Fishman Island, the ending was Luffy using his Grizzly Magnum to destroy the ship because it was going to crash.
Yeah, up in the air. There was like floating up in the air.
Well, you said air, water,
That's what
but
I
yeah,
meant.
yeah,
What
yeah,
I
yeah,
meant,
yeah. I
like it
got you.
was up.
I got you
It
now.
was
Yeah.
up above, and they were fighting in the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was gonna destroy everything. So he
Yeah.
had to destroy the ship before
I
it
think it's probably
crashed.
probably one of the worst villains, in my opinion, in One Piece out of all the
Who was the
arcs.
villain again?
Holy Jones, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
discount Arlong.
yeah. The one that
So
the
hopefully
one
they
that
make
took
him better.
over,
Yeah,
the
hopefully
one
they
that
make him
took
better.
over there.
The new
That
Fishman
was one of my
pirates.
least. That was one of my least favorite arcs.
Yeah, yeah. I think Fishman, even though it had a lot of lore in it, it probably was one of the weaker arcs. But again, a reanimation and redo on the adaptation, I feel
Still
like
got.
it can be done. It definitely can be done a lot better and
I
leave
got
a better
about.
taste in my mouth.
I got about over 400 new episodes to still watch, so I don't give
Hey,
a
you
fuck.
got a 6 month break to catch up. About time we back at it. You're gonna be watching week. Well,
Yeah.
they talking about one. It's already been confirmed. They're going to be changing the time slot. So what does
Hmm.
changing the time slot mean? It can be more graphic. We already know with the new One Piece is gonna be more bloody. They want to make this One Piece more bloody. Why?
So the fish, man.
They're
You talking
trying to
about the reanimation?
no One Piece, like
Just in general.
in general. Like when they come back, they want to have a later time slot. I think it's like right now, like 7 p.m.
Mm,
Japan time.
they trying to make it like
Get like a
adult.
9 p.m.
Yeah, they're trying to make it
Yeah,
after hour, One Piece after hours.
yeah. Get some blood in
Yeah,
there.
I need
Yeah.
Nami to pull her top. I mean,
Yeah, all that, all that. Yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna get in there
yeah.
and we're gonna get that scene that we've been seeing on computer when Robin and Nami. Yeah, all
Like
that.
I just need. I'm from
This,
Dressrosa when them little people are on top of Robin and she on her back. I just got that's my computer screen. That's it right there. Titties
oh,
hanging
I
off
know.
to the side.
Oh no, I
Titties
know
hanging off to the
exactly what you
side.
mean.
Just,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the picture I sent you. I
All I
said I'm
know
watching Dressrosa for the plot,
for
and I
the
sent you that picture.
plots, the plots,
It's plots. There's two of them.
the twin plots.
There's two plots. That's all I want to see. Robin is that
Hey,
boo.
it's like you didn't finish the arc. I saw what I needed to see.
I finished, not the art,
I
but
finished.
but not the art.
I saw that.
No, I finished. Yeah,
No,
we saw the
no.
light.
This is gonna be my second favorite filler soon enough. Don't worry about it. But no, I'm actually really excited. And you said you probably will I watch it? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it because
I'm not
one
watching.
is 6 months of no One Piece, but the fact that it's been years since I've seen the Fishman Island arc, like
Yeah,
watched it
yeah,
myself for the
that's
first
fair.
time. It's pretty much watching a new thing for me. While it was like what last year you in the Fishman Island arc or
Yeah.
earlier this
What was
year?
that in the 400s, maybe
Yeah,
500s,
400s.
400? So yeah, I'd say like not even like maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, it was 7 months
probably
ago.
not for you. You're probably not too excited, but
Because I'm on, well, a little bit longer because I'm on my regularly scheduled One Piece break right now, so it's coming to a close,
this is your
and I'm
regular
about to start
schedule
it back
break.
up again. Yeah, every 4 months of binging 300 episodes, I have to take a break.
Oh, how long to
Yeah.
break?
It should be ending in a couple days. I'm gonna restart it back up here pretty
whenever
soon.
whenever I
I
feel
mean,
it,
I'm
when I
in
feel it,
Whole Cake, or I'm at I just
beginning
started
of it,
Whole Cake.
y'all
Yeah, so
still trying to get through the forest.
they know where everybody is now. They know where Sanji is. They
Mm,
know where they need to go,
yeah,
and they're about to.
they're gonna be in the forest for a while. Yeah, have fun with that. No, no, okay, because you think Dressrosa kind of start dragging? Okay, drags. It's like 10, 15 plus episodes unnecessary in each phase of Whole Cake Island. It's like, oh my god. But it's still one of the best arcs out there. Like you get to watch Luffy versus Katakuri, that's pretty fucking fire. Luffy
Yeah, I
versus
heard
Big
that stuff.
Mom, that's fire. Like awesome. That's awesome. I wouldn't
Honestly,
say peak, but it's pretty good.
I'll say
Pretty good.
so. Like, kind of to wrap this up, you were saying that Dressrosa would probably be one of my favorite arcs.
Mm.
Um, eh,
Eh?
I don't know. Like, it was. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like him and fucking oh my god, Doflamingo's fight was just long.
Mm.
It was
Mm.
just long, and I'm like, it. I felt there was some ass pulls in there as well, and I don't want to get into like this big talk about this, but essentially like
Maui, I'm not
Luffy
you.
go,
I'm not you.
huh?
I'm
I
not
know,
gonna have an hour
like
conversation on One Piece.
Luffy going into Bounce Man,
Mm.
getting out of it, and then being able to say I can't do this anymore. I don't have the energy. Then being able to go back into Bounce Man, still losing, go and then getting out of it, and then going back. I'm like, bro, stop. That's plot armor in its finest.
So his gear fourth, um, he can go into it multiple times. So how it
I
works is there's a
I
10 minute
know.
window where he basically, so in order for him to do gear fourth, he has to gather all his hockey and keep his form together, and then it
Oh,
exhausts. So he needs 10 minutes to get it
one
back
thing
up
I
again.
hate in anime though, and not even just what they did in the show, where they were just like, I can't keep this form up much longer. 5.5 episodes later, like, I'm almost out. 5 more episodes later. All right, I'm right at the edge of my
See,
power.
Luffy, his shit would just go out, and then it's like 5 episodes of him trying to get his energy back. So that's deal with that.
It was both. It was both. I was like,
Katakuri fighter is going to be like, bro, has it not been 10 minutes? It's been fucking 50 episodes.
oh fuck. All
Five more
right,
minutes.
all right. I'm rescheduling the end of my break.
No,
I'm gonna.
you gotta get there, bro. Nami looked great during Whole Cake Island.
Oh,
Nami
I'm
looks
whole cake.
amazing during. She caked up, icing
Whole
and
cake.
all.
Whole cake.
Double
White
decker,
frosting.
triple
Just
decker. Yo,
all right. All
yo,
right. All right.
she
All
was
right.
no, but no. Honestly, this is probably definitely no, not even probably. It's definitely my favorite One Piece filler, and definitely top three filler episodes for any anime I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I really and it's again
Absolutely.
animation. I love the animation. It's a more updated animation, fluid animation. I think the director is just an amazing director. But it's
Yeah.
the impact on the story. It doesn't change the story, but it changed my
Hmm.
perspective
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the people in the story. Because again,
Yeah.
fodder, fuck the fodder.
They're
You know how many fodder die? Luffy kills fodder all the time. I
yeah,
didn't
but
care,
nah,
but now it's like, damn, they was married. He had a little
they're
brother.
not.
Like these people look
Nah.
up to him. They look up to Straw Hat members. It's like it
Yeah.
really changed my perspective on the people in that
But
world.
they got a job to do.
Hey, we gotta do what we need to do, and the civilians are realists, and I love that about them. They're realists. They understand that they're two sides of the coin. So they're
Oh
not
yeah.
just saying, "Oh, all pirates are bad," and that's the way that the story genre makes it saying that
Oh
all
yeah.
pirates are bad. But no, a lot of civilians are like,
Oh,
sometimes pirates
I
are
would
good.
love. I would love to find an anime bar that's like, which there is one, but I showed it to you in Orlando. But I meant like one that's close to both of us
Hmm.
that we could just go in and just get drunk and power scale people with other people.
Argue
But the
anime.
problem is niggas would just fight. That's the problem. Is niggas would just fight in that bar.
Get a four way, and take shots, and just argue some like a tier listing, a power tier listing.
I need a bar. And that's an idea. Trademark that shit. Let's put money into it right now. A bar where like every night they put up like a screen and they put this person versus this person. all feats, whatever it is, and then the whole bar just like gets. And the next night, it's a different person
They
versus this
they
person.
took it, bro. Like you just scroll on TikTok, they do that shit all day, every day.
Like, fuck,
But
that would be
you
a
want to add
bar.
alcohol too? Got it.
That would be a bar.
A literal bar.
Cops would be called every night, every
I
night.
don't. I'm not gonna be at that part.
Ambulance, ambulances, just wrap it up.
Oh
Go
no.
home. Fucking nerds, go
That's
home.
pretty cool.
You
That's
just
pretty
kill.
cool.
You just killed Jeffrey. Go home, nerds.
Wait, what type
He fucking said Naruto couldn't beat Luffy,
of?
so I fucking killed him. Fucking, he's dead.
What is
And now
the?
guess what? Naruto wins.
No, we gonna use the one rule that mutual combat. Is that the word I'm looking for? When both
Oh, for
parties agree on the combat. So if
oh
one,
yeah, yeah, dueling. We're gonna have dueling in the bar with use
if,
your favorite. We
if
got
both
anime
parties
swords
agree,
lining the bar. Pick a sword. Go for it.
pick a sword, or have like boxing gloves, but it's like fists of anime characters.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Whoever wins wins. And then somebody's gonna be like, I don't agree with this winning. Step in the ring. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna just be back there like, what is it? Death Parade. The
Mm.
dude just wiping the glass down while niggas is dying. Like,
I
just
need to I need to talk to a few people because I think Mew can solo Dragon Ball Z. Let's talk about it.
be like, hey barkeep, what's your opinion? I don't have one.
I
I
don't
just
know.
make drinks,
I
nigga.
don't have opinions around here.
I just make drinks and watch
Uh,
y'all kill each other. That'd be fucking hilarious. All right, everybody, that wraps up our episode for today. Please, again, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Now, the secret phrase to get you more entries into our giveaway,
here we
which
go.
ends October 31st, freeanimestuff.com, link in the description down below, is Otaku YT. All one word, no caps, Otaku YT. That gets you extra entries into our giveaway for you to win some awesome anime stuff, anime merch. So we got some Funkos, some mats, some cards. Go ahead and enter that in the description down below. Share it with your friends, share it with whoever likes anime stuff. It's free shit. Who doesn't like free
And
shit?
if you
There's
don't win
literally,
anything this time, you can win something next time. We plan on
yeah,
doing
we're gonna
this
keep
multiple times throughout the year. So
over and over. We
get
got a
in.
Christmas giveaway, all kinds of shit.
Get
All
in.
right.
It's
So
free anime stuff. Get in.
you don't have to put your email. You don't have to do anything really. It's honestly,
Keep,
you
keep,
have to put your, you have to put your email in, but you don't have to pay for anything. All you gotta do, watch the episodes, get the entries, get the wins, fucking win. Just win.
get
Okay.
the free shit.
We want winners on the Otaku Circle. Okay. Well, it's an octagon. It's
Should
technically
have been
not a circle.
freeanimeshit.com, but you know,
freeanimeshit.com.
couldn't do
No,
that.
it's freeanimestuff.com. But we appreciate you guys for sticking around. Be sure to keep watching those new animes that came out this season. We'll be doing a mid-season review in the next few weeks. So be ready for that when we drop that. We appreciate it, you guys. We love you, and peace out.
Peace.